What's up, people? Happy Saturday. How we doing today? How we doing today, people? Yeah.
Need some lights.
Um, no, I mean maybe one.
You look good.
Maybe one. These chilies, serious.
Really?
What's up, people?
You got it from your mom's.
No, mom got them. How's everybody doing? Welcome. What's up, people? What's up? Where's my DJ, man? What's some music? What's up, people? Welcome. Happy Saturday. If this is your first time on my channel, then welcome. All right. I'm normally on here Monday to Wednesday cooking some delicious food. And then on Fridays, it's mocktails, right? So definitely make sure you check that out, right? Today is just a bonus. I got some really amazing chilies. So I am going to make some delicious hot sauce. All right. This is one of the easiest, simplest ways to make hot sauce. All right. So if you stick around, you're going to get this delicious recipe live and direct. All right. And this recipe, it's literally garlic, chilies, green mangoes, ripe mangoes, apple cider vinegar, salt, and pepper. That's it. All right. So stick around and see how it comes out. It's so delicious. And I mean, we put it on everything in the house, literally everything. It's so tasty, right? And the cool thing about this recipe is that you can make the hot sauce raw and keep it as is, or you can kind of cook the peppers and then make the hot sauce. So it's totally up to you. It's super versatile, but really easy to make. So I'm just kind of slicing it up just to kind of get it ready for the blender. So, I'm kind of just, pre-game, you know what I mean? Sassy. It's not, I can still get a bigger one, But don't worry about that. That's not important. Just about every race has a dumpling. Yeah, Perry, that's true. There are multiple types of dumpling. Welcome back. Right? So yeah, it's hot sauce time. Right? Because the last time we made a batch, it finished so quickly. Right? And we love spicy in this house, so hence the hot sauce. Zach, don't say that about yourself, man. Don't say that about yourself. You just need a little pointers, That's it. All right? We all start somewhere, you know what I mean? But if you really want to be good, you can be. All right? So I have the broil on. Is that habaneros? No. So these are Fresnos, all right? Which is just ripe jalapenos. All right? Yeah. So that's what we're doing. So a bunch of Fresnos, a nice big bowl right here. And then I have some Serranos in here as well. So different chilies, different heat profiles. But I'm about to grab some habaneros out of the fridge, right? And actually, these I grow them myself, and during the summer, and then I freeze them. So this way, I have chilies all year round, right? So chilies, we're gonna keep them separate, right? And then we're gonna just actually add these to the blender and leave those there. And we're gonna get the Fresnos ready.
Sorry,
You,
Chef.
you got it?
Yeah, I'm good.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Yeah, people. So that's what we're doing. We're getting our chilies ready. All right. I'm in Brooklyn. Oh, yeah. All righty. Well, you have the glasses and the gloves on. Hey, man. The glasses, chilies, you know the vibes. That's the last batch we made, right? Really, really delicious.
It's so good.
Really, really delicious.
You know what I love about it? I eat it with
everything.
Like it's a snack because I'm a snacker. I love to snack, but snacking is not always the best when you're trying to keep on a very healthy diet. So,
excuse me, man.
Well, healthy lifestyle. So it's these and like fruits, mangoes, anything like kiwi. I can't even talk about it. Like I eat this with anything. It's so delicious.
It really is.
It's so delicious. I
Yes.
can't explain it.
My sidekick is here. Happy Saturday, midnight. My beautiful sidekick. Yes, she is here. She's never not by my side. All right.
Whether you like it or not, Dustin.
I can eat avocados with everything. Perry. Yep. Straight up. So what I like to do, half of it I am putting into the oven on the broil, and then the other half I'm leaving raw, right? So this way we get the best of both worlds. You know what I mean? Thanks for reposting that. So what I'm gonna do is drizzle a little bit of oil on the top of the chilies like that, and then this is going right into the oven. And basically, we're just getting it nice and hot, sweating it just a little bit. We don't need to put it in a pot. You can if you want to. There's no need. All right. So while that's working, we're gonna get our serranos cut, right? And we'll add that to the rest of the chilies. So you can make this with literally any kind of pepper you want. You know what I mean? Obviously, the flavor is gonna be different, and then the color is gonna be different. I like doing more red than green, so this way the hot sauce is a darker red, right? Versus like an orange, to brown color. All right, so that's what you want to pay attention to when you're making your hot sauce. The chilies that you're using, because that will affect how it looks. Cool? Yes. Any questions? So what did we do last night? What did we do? Did I go live last night? No, that was Friday. Thursday. Yeah.
You went live on Friday. That's when you did the cocktail.
The drinks. That's right. But Thursday we cooked.
Yeah.
Right?
Cooked.
Yeah. So make sure you join me, ladies and gentlemen. Every week we're on here live cooking. All right? You get really tasty plant-based dishes, and you just get to see how we do plant-based food here, which is very different, right? So chilies are done.
These colors are so pretty.
Yeah, right? I just peeled a bunch of garlic. Super important. All right? Garlic is definitely a must when doing chilies.
These are mangoes?
Yes, green mangoes. So the green mangoes is what gives this a nice flavor profile, gives it that tartness as well besides the vinegar, but it's just a very unique flavor, which is really, really amazing. All right? So let's see, what else we got here? Do you use any liquid smoke? Perry, that's a good point. I haven't used liquid smoke in my hot sauce, but it's not a bad idea, right? To use liquid smoke. Let's see, what else we got going on here? Let me get rid of the trolls. All right, done.
They can eat some hot sauce?
Yeah. They definitely got some hot sauce.
It's my day off.
Midnight. I love it. Where's everybody from? North Carolina. I love it. I love it. Yeah, people, shout out where you from. Where you from? Only my third time in, but this guy is amazing. Ah, Midnight. I appreciate that.
Hi, Midnight.
You rock. You rock.
It's my day off today, so let me talk to the peoples. Oh, Detroit. Guyana.
What? Guyana? Oh, hold up. I gotta talk to Natasha. Yo, my mom and my dad's Guyanese.
Yeah.
That's so cool. But I'm St. Lucian, so. But shout out to Guyanese people.
Midnight, what's up?
What's up, South Carolina?
South Carolina.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, man. We out here. All right, cool. So the unique thing about this hot sauce is the type of mangoes I use, right? Look at these mangoes. They are tiny. They're like the size of my ear, right? So these are the mangoes we use. They're like the perfect sour and sweetness, and they just really are amazing. So I have a bunch of green ones that my mom cut for me yesterday when she came over. So these are ready to go. Of course, you have to take out the seed, right? So I'm going to use 3 of the semi-ripe ones to give it just a little bit of sweetness so we don't have to actually add sugar, right? A lot of hot sauce that's sweeter, they use sugar. So this is the most healthy way you can make your hot sauce without adding any unnecessary diabetes. You know what I mean?
Say it, Chef.
So, using natural, ingredients is the best case scenario, right? So let me get those peppers out of there because I can smell them. You know what I mean? Yes. Perfect. So there's already a little bit of char going on. There's already a little bit of wrinkling. And you can see the color is more deep. So we're going to just put that to the side. And that's done. It was in there for not even 5 minutes. You know what I mean? But thanks, Kim. But that's the goal. You know what I mean? Like, you can make food really good. It just takes a little bit extra thinking of why you're doing what you're doing, right? And can you do something else to make it better, right? So let's slide this board to the side. All right. We need smell-o-vision. Yo, Midnight. Seriously, that would be amazing, right? So we got our blender, high-speed blender, of course, right? And you only need a high-speed blender because you can control how smooth you want your hot sauce to be. Do you want it chunky? Do you want it smooth? Do you want like a nice fine puree? So I already have 4 and a half habaneros in here, right? Spicy. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some garlic to this. So you know what, I'm gonna divide up this because we're gonna do this in batches. So I wanna make sure that everything that I'm blending, there's a little bit of each in every one. What's up, farmer? How you doing? So garlic in, we're gonna probably do this in 3 batches, right? So garlic's in, we're gonna put in a little bit of the mangoes. All right, mangoes are in. And then we're gonna put in 1 ripe mango. Garlic is in already, yep.
Chef, you're the best.
You're the best.
You're the best, Chef. He's the best.
I am the best. All right, so we're gonna just get this ready. Don't mind my big knife for this very small mango. But it's the one that's
so
already dirty.
It's so intimidating.
Knife's already dirty, so there's no need to go get another knife, right? So, and this mango just smells so good.
I don't know where your mom be getting these fruits from.
Man, she stays in the farmer's market.
She's so good.
All right. I love garlic. Kim, so do I. I put it on every single thing. So you see this mango, nice and bright yellow, right? So all that flavor, all that sweetness, that natural sweetness is going to go right into our hot sauce. Have you ever gone to like, whoa, babe, can you throw that away from me?
Of course.
Thank God, it's just the seeds. All right.
No seed left behind.
No seed left behind. So half of the serranos and then some of the red. It's good, huh? All right, and we put in some of that red in there, and then we're gonna put in some of the cooked red, right? Cooked red. Okay, we'll do 1 handful.
So you roasted some
and left some raw.
So that gives it depth.
Yes. Oh, you see, she's stealing my words, guys. She's stealing my words. She's stealing my work.
Call me Chef Jane.
Oh no, you didn't. All right. Take these gloves off because I gotta see what's going on here.
Do you want other
I
gloves?
need to get a knife like that for my hubby. He would love it. Yeah, Kim, it's a serrated knife, right? It's really for bread, but sometimes I'm lazy. I use it for everything. I have probably 20 knives. But when you're lazy, a serrated knife is an easy one to use. Cool? So let's add salt. Now, there's a trick with when you make hot sauce. If you add oil, yeah, bread knife, definitely midnight. If you add oil to your hot sauce, it carries the heat even more and it makes your hot sauce actually even more spicy because there's this connection, this situation that happens with oil. It becomes like this canvas, right, where it just holds onto the heat and it permeates even more. So if you want your stuff even more spicy, give it a little bit of oil. Cool? Yeah, most definitely. Alrighty. So we have our salt in. We're gonna do a little squeeze, and then we're gonna add our vinegar. All right. This is apple cider vinegar with regular distilled vinegar. All right. Now remember, you don't want to put too much vinegar because that's gonna make your hot sauce very thin and very watery, right? So you have to gauge how thick you want your hot sauce to be. Do you want it super thin? Do you want it thick? Do you want it chunky? Right? It really just depends. All right. So we're gonna turn this baby on. All right.
You need help with the comment section?
Ooh, I love this color. Woo! Oh, baby.
Let me see. Let me taste it for the people.
Oh, wow.
Because you're biased.
It's spicy. Maybe hold back on these two habaneros.
Wait. Let me not go overboard and.
It's good. It's good, but it's spicy.
Oh yeah.
Tastes so good. See the
I can
color?
taste the mango.
Right?
Oh,
So that
yeah.
color is that nice color from the
Oh yeah.
peppers. So
Oh yeah.
it's good, right?
Babe. If you're in Atlanta, hit us up. Actually, don't hit us up because it's not enough for the house. Never mind.
All right, so I'm gonna put it into a big container so I can mix it, and then we can divide it up later on. I need a big.
Babe, that was a good. I can actually do that.
Right? It's
Yeah,
easy,
it's
right?
Why
Don't
was
try to take my dad.
it was intense? He doesn't like when I cook.
That's that.
No, he likes when I cook, but he prefers to cook. Oh, Eddie, this is amazing.
I have to mess with my hair.
This is amazing, chef.
Guys, so
This is the best one yet.
hot sauce, right?
Wow.
Beautiful color,
Mm.
right? Nice and orange.
Mm.
Like I love that color.
Ooh. You know what I love about the level of spiciness? It doesn't like punch you in the face. It just gradually punches you in the gut.
So the mango gives it this really unique tartness that's really enjoyable. Like it's not like this high acidity that's just like in the back of your throat. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's delicious.
Isn't it?
It's delicious.
All right. So we're gonna
that's
put
good.
that there.
That's really
Yeah,
good.
that heat is serious, but it's good.
It creeps up on you.
All right, people. Let me put my gloves on
Oh, this is nice.
so we can do round 2. Right now, when you're making hot sauce, of course, you can, like I did, you can use all the seeds, everything, cut up everything and put it in there. Or you can split them open, gut them out, take out the seeds and the ribs because that's where 90% of the heat is, right? Not the actual pepper itself, but the seeds and the ribs on the inside. So if you like hot sauce and you don't want it so spicy, it's not about adding sugar. It's about gutting the insides of the peppers, right? When you do that, you're able to control the heat way more, and then it's even more enjoyable, right? So we're gonna do round two. All right, half of the garlic because we have just one batch left after this one. Boom, garlic's in. We're gonna go with the raws. And then we're gonna go with the cooked. All right.
It is delicious.
Isn't it?
Yes.
And that color, it comes from cooking the peppers, which I love how it came out. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna just add this because this is the last batch, and then we'll blend. Okay. So, what else am I missing? Vinegar. All right. We're gonna add some vinegar. Remember, the goal is to not make this very watery. All right. So we can always add more vinegar if we need. All right. And then we're gonna add salt, about a half a tablespoon. All right, a half a tablespoon, a dash of oil. That's it. And then let me get this ripe mango in here, and we'll be good to go. And then I can blend. All right. Okay. Put that to the side. Yeah, I didn't peel the ripe mango earlier on because it's ripe. So it kind of just works better if it's done as needed. You know what I mean? So let's see if we can cut it in half since it's ripe. Save us some time. All right. So next week, people, I think I'm going to be doing some really different stuff for my life when I'm cooking. I was thinking about, showing you guys how to make, vegan eggs from scratch, like the real good way. So it comes out just like just eggs that you get in the supermarket. So for those of you watching or just joining, if you didn't realize, hopefully you did, but this is a plant-based channel. So everything we do here is 100% plant-based, and we facilitate that lifestyle, that movement, right? We're here to show people what's possible with plants. Yep, so that seed is pretty hard. So at least all the flesh came off that way. Yeah, so we'll do that. Save us some time. The seeds with these mangoes, they're so flat. So, you see? It's like nothing, right? So ripe mangoes in. And let's do this last one. So slippery. Okay. Get over on this side. So the goal is to get the mangoes when it's not too ripe, so the flesh is like getting off, falling off everywhere. All right, so we got that. That's done. Get rid of these two, and then we can blend this. All right. Beautiful. Let's see what this one tastes like. Where is my spoon? Packing some serious heat. All right. So the good thing is, because we're doing these in batches, once we're done with all 3 batches, we can then do a final taste and see if we need to adjust it. If we need to add any more vinegar, we can. If we need to add any more oil, any more salt, anything like that, we can do all of that at the very end. All right, let me get my spatula. So we can kind of clean this up, and we leave some back just so we have that extra liquid in there, so we don't have to go too crazy with the vinegar, right? the goal is to not dilute this by adding a bunch of vinegar to it, right? Really important. So garlic in, mangoes in. I'll scrape in the pepper so I don't need to put on another pair of gloves. All right. And we'll go with some salt. And maybe we'll try some liquid smoke, right? I like that idea. And do it.
That was Perry's idea, right?
Yep. Shout out to Perry. Right? The goal is knowing how much liquid smoke to put, right? Very, very important because this stuff is really, really strong. So you don't want to overdo it, right? What else do we need? We have everything else. Yes. Let's blend this. Vinegar. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, for those of you watching, I have cookbooks available. Check the link in the shop. All right? Delicious stuff. Almost sold out yesterday. A bunch of people bought cookbooks.
I know. Thank you, guys.
Had to re-up. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, there's some really delicious recipes in there. So let's blend this baby. No, Your Majesty, I'm just making hot sauce. Sorry I missed your message. For some reason it didn't populate them. But yeah. All right, people. Let's see. We got to take care of some stuff here real quick. You know what I'm saying? All right, that's done. On to the next person. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, people. Yeah, so, you know.
I love the fact that you don't entertain nonsense.
Nah, there's no need. Why entertain nonsense?
I love
there's no need.
You're too blessed to be stressed.
That's right. That's right. Too blessed to be stressed and blessed by the best. Yes, sir. All right, people. So this was the last batch that we blended. This one is nice and red. Look at this color.
I want to taste the one with the liquid smoke.
It's right here, sweetheart. It's right here. Look at that color. It looks really good. So let's see what it tastes like.
Let's see what it tastes like. Oh, it's really red.
Right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Okay.
It's different.
Ooh.
It adds a different level of flavor.
Go ahead, Perry. I like it.
Right?
I do like it.
It's cool.
It's very, can I say the word and not mess up? It's very, oh my God, it's a word I'm looking for. Mesquite?
Mesquite. That's the smokiness you're getting. Yes. Yes. It's definitely giving that smoky vibe, like roasted peppers or something, right? What's up, MJ? How you doing? We're just making some hot sauce today with some fresh serranos, some Fresnos, a little bit of habaneros, lots of garlic, and all that good stuff, right? So after you make your hot sauce, we want to talk about storing, right? Because that's very important. You don't want to make all of this delicious stuff and then, it go to waste, right? Really, really important. Most definitely, most definitely. Yeah, this is the perfect community to be in. Making hot sauce. Yes, I never thought to make it. Just buy it online. MJ, it's the easiest thing to make. It's like 4 ingredients. You know what I mean? You just blend everything up and you're done. Like it's peppers, garlic, salt, vinegar. Like that's the most basic recipe I could tell you, right? You can always get fancy. I added mangoes to mine for, another level of flavor and depth. But yeah, I mean, you can do pineapple in your hot sauce. I mean, apple, like it's really cool. You can really make your hot sauce really cool by adding fruits to it, right? So I just mixed this up. So let's see what that final taste is, so we know if we're adding anything else with any salt or anything like that. And then I'll show you how we store it. Mm, we don't need to add anything else. All good. So the best way to store your hot sauce, right, once you're done, right, especially if you make a big batch like me, is to bottle it up, put it in an airtight container, and then I like to pour a little bit of extra virgin olive oil on the top of it just to kind of seal it off so there's no oxygen hitting it, right? And then I put them in the freezer and I pull them out when I'm ready to use them. It's the best case scenario, right? Thanks for sharing the live, MJ. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, so scrape out everything. My whole home ec teacher, man, she made sure that we didn't waste anything when we were in class. Like when I was in high school, she's like, scrape it out, Edward. I was like, Miss Cook, leave me alone. But yeah, right? So I save my containers, when I buy olives or, whatever it is, the lids, like they're the perfect container. They're glass. Best case scenario to save, to store stuff in. Right? So put that to the side. Clean up. Always got to work clean, ladies and gentlemen. You can tell a lot by someone's house, how they keep it clean, especially their kitchen, right? Someone's cooking for you and their kitchen is dirty. Ooh. Ooh. Scary. You know what I mean? Scary. All right. I was raised by a single dad and we didn't have home ec. LOL. Guess that's why I'm here. Nah, MJ. My school was one of the worst schools in Brooklyn, to be honest with you. Like my school was really bad in a very bad part of Brooklyn. But home ec was just one of those things that the school had. So it wasn't a fancy school. Trust me. It was not a fancy school. It was a very bad school. A lot of bad things happened there.
Yeah, metal detectors.
Oh yeah. We had plenty metal detectors. Our school was so bad that it was on the news multiple times a year. All right, let's just leave it at that. Okay, my school was so bad that people would call and bomb threat the school because they hated it. Okay, so you're doing good, and you're here at the right moment. I teach people how to cook really delicious food every week, all week. Do you use... What's that, Perry? All right, let's pour this into here. What's the best way? Let's get a quart. Yep, let's get a quart, and then we'll do that. All right, hot sauce in. Could have probably just poured it directly in there. Save myself a container. Let's see. Yep. Beautiful. Look like we just got it from the store. Alrighty. Appreciate that, MJ. Thank you so much for the rose. Appreciate you. Bake some bread for dinner, but I will connect. All right, MJ. Bread sounds good. I love baking bread. Enjoy. And thanks again. I'll see you on Monday. Alrighty. So storage, right? Make sure you clean where you're gonna cover and where you're gonna put the lid on. Worcestershire. Oh yeah. I love Worcestershire. Worcestershire. I call it L&P, right? Liam Perkins, the brand. But yeah, I use powder Worcestershire, because Worcestershire is actually not vegan. There's anchovies in it, but the powder version of it is vegan. So I definitely use that on a regular, right? Especially for my stews and my sauces. All right. So a little bit of extra virgin olive oil on the top, right? And you want to make sure that it fully covers the hot sauce and none of the hot sauce is above it. Okay. Beautiful. All right, people. I didn't know it was. Yeah, you can get it as a powder. It's originally not a powder, it's originally a liquid, right? But you can get it as a powder. Yeah, for sure. OMG, I did not know that about what you said. Thanks so much. Yeah, of course, Midnight. Yeah, there's anchovies in there. One day I was consulting for a restaurant and I needed to make some recipes and I was looking up, we were creating this label because I create products for the Hyatt and the Marriott in terms of seasonings, and we were making a vegan blend and the recipe called for Worcestershire. So I had to double check and I found out that there was, anchovies in the liquid. But if you buy it as the powder form, there's no anchovies. So yeah, most definitely. Yeah, it's an amazing ingredient to use. But if you're vegan or if you're trying to be vegan or you're plant based, then unfortunately, it has anchovies in it. So you got to get the powder version. I'll show you mine so you know what it looks like. All right. So here it is. This is mine right here, and I get this from Amazon. So you can check it out. All right. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. But yeah, there is obviously no seafood in here. All right. But yeah, savory Worcestershire seasoning. Worcestershire. Worcestershire. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna bottle this one up for my mom's because she bought me the chilies. You know what I mean? Screenshot. Thank you. Yeah, most definitely.
I want a screenshot.
No, they. Oh well, I don't know if you're asking me to put it up so you can screenshot, but here it is. If you want a screenshot, all right, cool. Yep. Alrighty. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Nah, I saw it. Thank you so much. Yeah, most definitely. See, it's why you're here. You know what I mean? Every time you come here, gems. You know what I'm saying? Gems on gems. Nah,
Gems on gems. I was kidding.
I like sharing my knowledge. You know what I mean? That's what makes the world go around. There's no need to gatekeep, right? Because
and I love learning. We just learned about liquid smoke in the hot sauce. I would have never done that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's fun to share. It's fun to, share the knowledge, share the wealth.
Oh, what's that?
There's some for everybody. Oh, the fan club. Yeah, buddy.
What's up?
Tio just became another member in the fan club. That's what's up. Yes, sir, you rock. That's why I'm here. Midnight. You rock.
Midnight rocks.
All right, so last one for Mom Dukes.
Or Grandma.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna eat this whole thing by myself.
So, I almost ran out of olive oil. Whoops.
Oh, why do you put the olive oil on top?
To keep the oxygen from hitting it.
Mom said that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Isn't it? Same thing for when you do pesto. You want to put olive oil on top of your pesto if you're gonna put it in the freezer or not. I am passionate cook. Perhaps I will learn some things from you. Appreciate the knowledge. Yeah, of course,
Oh my gosh,
Tio.
yeah.
You're more than welcome. We learn a lot each time we join. Much appreciated. There is so much to learn about food. There really is.
Oh, that's so cool.
And even for me being a chef, like I I'm always learning every day. You know what I mean? Like I pride myself on learning. So
And
no gatekeeping is the best. Much love.
I
You
have to
got
be
it.
honest with you. I think now more than ever, we have to really take control of what we eat.
So good.
I love the container.
Hey, it looks like I went to Whole Foods and I bought hot sauce.
I know.
Forget the ranch. You just like Whole Foods hot sauce.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
We have to take control of what we eat.
Seriously.
All those times of, I don't cook. That's not cute no more.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't cook as much because thank God I have chef. But we have to take control of what we put in our bodies. This is so delicious, chef.
It really is. I like how it came out.
God.
And I love the half roasting,
Oh my God.
half raw situation. Right? So, was that a homemade hot sauce that you had you just made or whatever?
Oh my God, you missed it.
Oh,
man.
Tio, you missed it.
You
like
missed the whole...
I just made hot sauce from scratch.
Yes,
Like,
and it's so good.
It's the easiest, right? So it's Fresno's and Serrano chilies and habaneros. All right,
So good.
that I used, and I blended that with lots of garlic, green mangoes, some ripe mangoes, and a little bit of salt, a little bit of oil, and apple cider vinegar mixed with a little bit of distilled vinegar. That's it. Really straightforward, really easy. But yeah, you add vinegar to the thickness you want the hot sauce to be. So I added very little vinegar. So I would say to just so you kind of see, I had chilies up about here and I added vinegar to about here, right? Just so you can get an idea of the ratio. And yeah, we just blended everything up and this is what we have left right here on my hot sauce, right? So these big ones are gonna go in the freezer because we're not gonna get to it in the next couple of days. This one is for my mom, and this one we're gonna probably finish real soon. So, but yeah, these will stay in the freezer for months until you're ready to use them. And because it's hot sauce, it won't go bad. You know what I mean? Like you can just keep using it until it's finished, right? What are your feelings about pesto olive oil? I don't buy pre-made pesto because it's so easy to make midnight. Like literally you just have to take a bunch of parsley, a bunch of basil, garlic, pine nuts if you like pine nuts in your pesto, and blend it up with a little bit of oil and you have pesto, salt and pepper. Like that's it. It's very simple. So I never buy pesto. Like I just don't, because to me when you make it fresh, it's 100 times better. The flavor profile is more pronounced. It's more strong. The color is better because fresh pesto should be fresh pesto should be like this kind of green, right? Like fresh parsley. Like that's the color of fresh pesto. So when you buy store-bought pesto, it is sort of green, but they have a bunch of stuff in there to keep it that color. Because if you make pesto from scratch and you just let it sit outside for 20 minutes, it'll go black, right? The top of it'll oxidize and the color will just start to diminish over time. So for you to buy pesto in the supermarket and it's green, know that there's preservatives in there, there's stuff in there that's keeping it from going green, right? Because naturally it's impossible. Like it will change color on you the same day you make it. So what I do is I'll make the pesto and I'll put it in ice cube trays, or I'll put it in a container like this or in a quart, and I'll just pour oil on the top of it and I'll throw it in the freezer. And anytime I need pesto, I pull it out, couple hours, let it start to defrost a little bit, spoon out what I need, and throw it back in the freezer. It's the best case scenario. You'll always have really fresh pesto, and the flavor is 100 times better than if you're to buy it in the store, because nothing in the store compares to you making it yourself from scratch, right? And it's not that hard.
When I met Chef 17 years ago, I remember on our first date. So I'm eating. I didn't know the kind of person he was at the time. I'm eating. I'm like, yum, yum, yum. I'm like, so what's in this? He goes, oh, you just take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and cut it up, da, 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 da. I was like, okay, all right. So what's in this? He breaks down everything. And if he doesn't know what it is, He makes it the whole time we're at dinner. If he can't figure it out, he goes, "I wonder what that." Da, 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 da." He's a food scientist.
Thank you
Like
so much,
he's like you're
sweetheart.
so good
You're so
at
kind.
what you do. I am so glad that you finally found your tribe
Yes, my
and
TikTok peeps.
people who appreciate your wealth of knowledge and you make food so approachable. You're the best.
Aw, trying to sweet talk me over
So I
here.
can get a bottle of hot sauce.
Yeah. So, Midnight. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I just love food, so it makes me, very passionate about learning more about food. Right.
He cooks every day, camera or no camera. He
Rosa,
cooks every day.
I do. Yes, I put the oil on top to retain moisture, but not only that, the oil keeps oxygen from touching it because the oxygen allows it to go bad faster because of the bacteria. So the oil acts almost like a sealant, and it just cuts off any bacteria, any oxygen, all of that stuff that adds to the multiplying of bad bacteria in your food. Because the minute you cook something, bad bacteria starts growing, and what makes people sick is the rate that bacteria grows from the time that it's done, from the time you eat it. So by putting oil on top of it like this and freezing it, it mitigates that whole situation, and it just allows this to stay fresh even longer. Cool. Midnight say you did good.
Aw, thank you. I'm just being honest.
You explain everything. This is so important. Major love. Yeah, of course. It's a pleasure, and I am happy to do it. That's why I'm on here, people. That's why I'm on here, because I love talking about food.
He loves it.
And, it makes me happy. You know what I mean? So, yeah, my pleasure. All right. So thank you for the love. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for the repost. You know what I mean? By the way, check these out. I just got these in the farmer's market today. They are white oysters. Like, look at this. So pristine, right? So nice. Smells so good. Can't wait to cook these. All right, so I got those in the farmer's market today, among other things. I got these as well. These are candy beets, right? They're called candy beets because when you cut into them, it's like spirals on the inside. It's like white and red versus the red or purple beets that are just that dark red color. These are like a rainbow gradient kind of effect, and they literally are like sweet. They're like candy. So yeah, we're gonna roast those up and then roast them, keep them in the fridge. And anytime I'm making salads, which you'll probably see next week, Monday or Tuesday, we're gonna add some of that to our salad, right? So that's the best way to handle beets. If you haven't done so yet, it's roasting them whole, and then, salt, roast them, oil, garlic, chilies, all that stuff, roast them, clean them, and then keep them in the fridge. And then when you need them, just kind of cut them up. Never boil your beets, and never keep them in water. If anyone told you to do that, knock them over the head.
They don't like
right?
it.
Like, don't ever do that. Beets, think of beets as anything, but the minute you put them and you store them in water, it takes away the flavor and it takes away the natural sweetness. So you end up with this waterlogged bleh, right? But when you roast them and you just leave them as is, the flavor is how God intended you to have them. Like, all you taste is the beets, nothing else. It's like cooking pasta and washing it. You don't do that. You know what I mean? You wash off that flavor. So anyway, I didn't mean to go in on a tangent on beets. All right, continue to spread the love, everyone. Truly, this guy is amazing. You're amazing. All right, people. So that's it. All right. I'm gonna get out of here so I can go chill for a little bit, and then figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner later. Right? The cooking never stops in this house. It never stops. Oh no, I've been doing beats wrong. Oh, Rosa.
Oh.
It's all right. It's all right. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. I'm gonna go over it one more time for you. All right. So the way I do my beets is I'll take them, right? I'll wash them, cut off the stems, cut off the bottoms, wash them really good. Get a baking pan, right? And I'll drizzle a little bit of olive oil on them, extra virgin oil, whatever oil you want to use. Drizzle some oil on it, season it with salt and pepper. I would throw in a few pieces of garlic cloves in there, some fresh thyme, some rosemary if you have it. It's really good with herbs, right? And then I would even put one or two whole Scotch bonnets or habaneros in there for flavor, and then cover it up, put it in the oven at 400 degrees, and roast it until it's fully cooked. The way you know it's cooked is I would give it, depending on how big they are. These will probably take about 40 minutes, right? This size, but these will probably take about 30 minutes, right? 25, 30 minutes. And the way you test them is you take a butter knife or, a regular knife, and you're gonna stick your knife through the beets right out of the oven, and you want to stick it all the way through. Now when you pick up your knife, if it picks up the beet, it's not done. If it slides off the beet immediately, it's done. Take it out, get it out of there, right? Now the trick is you don't want to overcook your beets because you want it to still be firm, right? So I would say start checking it after 25 minutes, like every 5 minutes. And the other thing you want to remember is carryover cooking, right? Which is after you take them out of the oven, that residual heat is still going to keep cooking them a little bit longer for at least another 10 to 15 minutes. So keep that in mind as well when you're pulling it out of the oven, right? And remember, you can eat beets raw. So if it's a little al dente, it's okay, right? It just depends on your preference in terms of how you like your beets. Do you like it soft? Do you like it fully cooked? Do you like it raw? I like mine right in the middle. I still want to have some toothiness, like some, give back. So when I'm biting into it, I'm like eating it. You know what I mean? And once it's done, I let it cover and let it sit for a little bit so it can steam. And what that does, it allows the skin to kind of separate from the beet itself. And literally all you have to do is put some gloves on because it might be too hot, and you can just rub the skin off. Everything rubs off very clean, very easily, and don't wash it. You can wash your hands and then get back to the beet and keep rubbing off the skin. But you rub everything off, and then you just take that beet once it's clean and you put it into a container and you put it in your fridge. And that's how I cook my beets, right? You can eat it just as, or, slice it up, put it into something. I'll just cube mine up, make a salad with it as is, or, I'll do like ginger juice in there and do that, or I'll just add it to my salad mix. And beets are so good for you. They're good for your heart. They're good for your blood. They're just an amazing ingredient. So that's how I roast my beets. All right, never in water, ever, ever, ever.
Ever.
Okay. Hope that helps. Pickle, yeah, you can pickle your beets too. You can pickle them after they're cooked, or you can pickle them raw. You roast them whole or cut them whole. Always whole, right? If you cut them, they'll bleed and they'll kind of dry out. So there's no need to cut them. So I roast them whole, literally just like this. Wash them, toss them in the oil, the herbs, all that stuff, the aromatics, and then cover them up in foil, whatever it is that you're roasting them in a pot, and then right into the oven. But whole, always. Never cut them. I cut them after they're cooked, right? And you can tell when you're getting candy beets versus the purplish red ones, because the color of it's almost pinkish. And then you can see here, the color of it is much lighter, right? So that's how you know the candy versus the really purple or red ones. Yeah, I love beets too. I love beets too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am out of here. Time to clean up and chillax. Happy Saturday. Okay. And I will see you next week, Monday. I normally go live between 5 and 6, and I'm cooking Monday to Wednesday. Friday nights is mocktail nights. Last night I made a delicious blueberry cardamom spritzer.
It was so good.
That was just delicious.
It was so
Shabbat shalom to you, Miss Pasha. All right. But yeah, it was delicious. So you definitely make sure you tune in for Fridays. All right, we're doing mocktails. So yeah, that's it, people. I'll be on there all day talking. So let me run. I'll catch you later, everybody. Thanks again for the love. Thanks for the repost. Thanks for the shares. Thanks for the hearts. Thanks for the likes, all that good stuff. All right. Thanks for the fan club, the new fan club members. Welcome.
Thank you for purchasing the books.
Thanks for the books. And yeah, I will see you. Have an amazing weekend. All right. Don't be too hard on yourself. All right. If you're messing up in the kitchen, it's okay. Right. Just learn from it and keep going. You know what I mean? That's the most important thing. Don't give up. All right. Stratford, welcome. Welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, people. That's it. Welcome to the club, Strat. All right.
Welcome,
I'm out.
Stratford.
Later, everybody. Much love. Peace and blessings.